The process needs to be lean and simple to the employees to implement it.
I heard that Dhabi Customs are implementing a person-centric approach. Can you tell us more about that, what that is?
When it's come to the cycle of promotion, we will not give him the chance to override what he said before 4 months.
Wow.
Every single, for example, we build 156 level 3 processes and 1,711 level 4 processes.
Hello and welcome to the HR podcast. With you is Ebrahim from the Dubai Government Human Resources. With us today is Dr. Ebrahim Khajeh from Dhabi Customs, Division Director of Human Resources. Welcome, Dr.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me. And it's my pleasure to be part of this podcast.
It's our pleasure to be here. Dr. What is your strategy in implementing digital transformation in human resources?
Usually the strategy, we build the overall strategy every 5 years, where we will review the vision, mission, core values, strategic objectives, and then we create the roadmap with the 5 years projects for the HR department and overall organization. But the thing we focus always in the digital transformation implementation within the projects, where are the methodologies? We always focus on 4 pillars. We focus first on the pillar of a strategy and mindset. So we make sure whatever project we want to implement, first 40% we give it to the strategy and mindset, where are the leadership styles, alignment, and the mindset, everything. They have to be aligned in order to go forward and publish it to the employees. Second thing, we always focus on people's strategy, where we make sure we have the right needs, what our people want and need first instead of what we want. And then we implement the right change management approach going forward, so we will eliminate the resistance of change. Third, we always focus on processes, where people strategy we give them 40% and processes we give it 10%. Kaizen ACE, and the process need to be lean and simple to the employees to implement it. And the last pillar, usually we focus on technology. We give it 10%, but it's a must. I know we can survive without mobile and without a car, for example. But we want to make sure when we will implement a project, we're supposed to cover those 3 pillars. So a technology that will cover the strategy, a technology that will cover people's need, and a technology that will cover all processes. So we bring a single window technology, which will cover all needs of the 3 other pillars, and embedded with best practice, for example, artificial intelligence, IoT, machine learning, etc.
That's amazing.
The issue is most of the entities, for example, in the sessions with us, one of the biggest obstacles they have, they always focus as a digital transformation on technology. Then they go and bring the best technology in the market. They find it will cover 10% of the processes. Then they will bring another technology, third technology, fourth technology, fifth technology. They will keep bringing technologies to cover the 3 aspects we talked about that they didn't think about it from the beginning. And then they will end up having 20 mobiles in their pocket.
Right.
Where when they will have 20 mobiles, 1 mobile for WhatsApp, 1 mobile for social media, 1 mobile for calling, they made their life complex. Then they will bring mobile 21 to integrate them and put them as data. And they will make their life more complex. And then they will bring mobile 22 to integrate them as dashboards, etc. So the more we are bringing those systems, and we are not going in a single window, one platform that will cover everything, we are making our life complex. And in the future, whoever will come to maintain this system, it's very difficult to maintain it. It's not based on best practices.
Exactly. So it's essential to include technology in all the pillars when you're coming for strategy planning. I heard that Dhabi Customs are implementing a person-centric approach. Can you tell us more about that, what that is?
Yes, we actually started to shift from human-centric to person-centric. Previously, we used to focus on human-centric, where human-centric is mainly focused on overall humanity. And we don't have 2 people, they have the same fingerprint.
That's right.
Today, with the use of AI and use of digital platforms, we started to focus on person-centric, where we will personalize the experience per individual. And they will have everything according to their personal data. Some examples, for example, the promotions from 2021 was fully personal. And one of the example, there is a picture, every employee, they have it. There is a stair, 1 person climbing the stair, and there are criteria and sub-criteria. 6 main criteria and many sub-criteria give you pointing. So for example, when it's come to the promotion cycle, for example, if you found you have 8 million, From the 8 million, you can promote 390 people. The first, for example, will be 950 from 1,000. The last will be 645. 640 will not get the promotion. And this is exactly where, going forward, we will focus to go to person-centric, removing the aspect of human choosing based on the mood or based on the favorism or and putting it according to employee's file. His file will choose going forward if you are talent, if you are non-talent, if you are doing great, if you are not doing great. Your line manager will have partial percentage of every single data at a specific time frame. When it's come to the cycle of promotion, we will not give him the chance to override what he said before 4 months.
Wow.
For example, like 360, 50% will be for the line manager. 270, 60% will be for the line manager. Other things like a warning, like attendance, like a productivity, he will have the trigger. And that's where we will eliminate bias in this system. And the employee will be responsible of himself going forward. Another example, we used the TNA is fully autonomous, where the training need analysis, usually we build a competency profile, spider net in the system. And then we build 3 different tools. We have performance based on competency, and we have assessment based on competency, and training curriculums based on competency. 40, 20% will feed that spider net. And then accordingly, you will have, for example, let's say teamwork. The competency profile target is level 4, but the employee is level 3.
How do you rate
the system
that?
Automatically, AI will go and select for a training curriculum, level 3 to 4, and set it as an IDP goal in a state of recommendation. And his IDP will be fully live according to personalized data without human interference behind the scene. Because if you want to teach every single line manager what is competency profile, the proficiency level, how you manage it, how you map it, how you search for a curriculum according to this competency, it's a very complex methodology. And it's a very complex knowledge to teach every single line manager. That's why we use the AI and we use latest technologies where we integrate everything and make it very smooth, enable them with a tool that will give us more efficiency, and we will be a little bit going away from training based on wish list.
Following up on that, what is the strategy in learning?
The strategy in learning, usually we started to shift from traditional learning to the programming language. The future of learning is more about visualization. When you go to the traditional learning, if you will check the benchmark average, they will tell you classrooms listening will give you 5% retention only. When you go to reading is 10% retention. But when you go to visualization and gamification, the retention is above 75%. So now is the time to shift according to the latest technologies we have. Some of the examples, we built a simulator, for example, in customs. We built mixed reality. We built virtual reality. We built a hologram in 3 geographic location. And now we are building the enterprise metaverse. All those tools use visualizations at the back end. All our content, we put it in the visualization tool. And those visualization tools will take you forward to program your people and give them the real experience in the subconscious mind instead of the conscious mind. Because traditional training usually target conscious mind. Conscious mind is 5% of your time spent in the conscious mind. And it's an example of a slow processor. Visualization tap to the subconscious mind, where subconscious mind usually is a very fast processor because you react, you don't act.
That's
and
right.
more than 95% of your time is spent in the subconscious mind. And that's why we have to shift going forward, especially with the new generation. You can see the new generation, they are all having VR kit at home. And they are mainly in VR and social media, etc. When we go traditional with them, they will sit, but they are not focused and they are distracted.
The
And that's why
attention
we
span
have
difference.
build the future for them, future of learning, future of training, future of everything, that when they will come to take the handover, it will be an exciting handover instead of something boring.
Dr. Can you give us examples of the data-driven approach in Abu Dhabi Customs and how it enhanced decision-making?
Data-driven approach. In the future, it's very important for organization to be process-driven and data-driven in order to activate person-driven. Personalization need lots of data
That's
and
true.
need lots of automation. If you have things outside the system, then you will have a problem. Decision makings going forward using AI is all based on data. When you will automate all your processes, digitize all your processes, and then do automation and journeys, etc., then you will have very good data. Those data, we built, for example, 705 KPIs, linked from the vision to the operational KPI, attached with the sections that will start cascading the smart objective based on balance scorecard. That's why 705 KPIs. I can see one KPI, departmental level. I can see one KPI, for example, on DG level, and I can see many KPIs drilling down. Where in HR we have 9 strategic KPIs, and we have around 121 operational KPIs. They will all feed those 9, and I can see either the 9 or departmental. Accordingly, you will see that you are green, but then you need to see the predictive analytics. In the future, we'll tell you by end of the year you may be blue, or maybe by end of the year you will be yellow. So that's why you have to be proactive and taking decision proactively based on AI, predictive analytics, and based on the data you have. And why we are building a huge amount of KPIs. Some people will say it's not recommended, but we recommend this for entities that have a massive transformation, especially. Transformation with such a size, for example, 67 strategic projects and around 150 operational projects within 4 to 5 years will have a huge impact on your humanity.
That's true.
When you will have 121 KPIs, you will start measuring every single aspect that will be having an impact out of those projects to your people. And then your life will become easy. I want to make sure this project will not impact employee engagement, will not impact retention, will not impact attrition, will not impact recruitment, will not impact whatever.
That's right.
All those KPIs are available, and your team will focus on making all those KPIs green that are aligned with our vision going forward, and the output of those projects will not impact those KPIs. Then you are on the safe side. Plus, it's a good advantage that as a strategic decision maker, you don't need to go down to the operation.
Right.
I don't need to go to my recruitment team and tell them why you didn't hire fresh graduate. There is an KPI for fresh graduate. There is KPI for females in organization. There is KPI for female in leadership. There is KPI for POD. There is KPI for the plan. There is KPI for aging. All those KPIs are there. You have your plan as a recruitment. Do it and make sure all those are green. So I will not interfere every time we will find an issue or we will find a problem.
So it heightens clarity also for decision makers.
Exactly. That's very good going forward.
Amazing. Dr. Can you tell us how you built the governance for the digital transformation?
The governance, without going into detail and keep it high level, it's very important to focus. I always focus on 4 governance. First, we will have a governance of policies. Policies, law, by law, executive regulation, procedures, those documents, we need a strong governance to cover today and the future. When we will build the governance for those documents, then we have to build a governance for processes. We translate all of those to processes, and we will have a strong governance, for example, in BPM tool, business process management tool, and automate all those processes in one tool, where in the future we can activate process mining. We have a few samples on process mining to become more process driven. Now you have governance of policies and you have governance of processes. Then processes are manual. People will forget a few steps, will forget a few processes, will forget a few level 4, level 5. We will build a governance of digitization and automation. Every single, for example, we build 156 level 3 processes and 1,711 level 4 processes.
Wow.
Now we are digitizing the 1,711.
Wow.
Everything to be digitized, partially to be automated, and partially to be autonomous, where we will bring the journeys inside it. And we will make it like the promotion and like the TNA and like the remote work, etc., where they are fully autonomous. Now we made sure the processes will not be missing. They are 100% digitized, and we have a strong governance that we will not miss something. At the end, we will have the governance of data. We need a strong governance of data from security, from data availability, from data quality, to make sure we are using the data and having the right dashboard and the right KPIs and the right threshold, etc., for decision makers to take the decisions according to data, not according to what we feel, for example.
That's extremely important. I feel a lot of people have a lot of data, but not 100% sure what to do with it.
Exactly.
Doctor, we have one final question for you. Why are you targeting so many awards and standards yearly?
We achieved now 118 awards internationally within the last 3 to 4 years almost, and 27 ISOs. The reason is not to be number 1, even if it's nice, but the main reason behind those awards and third parties vetting us Our vision is world-class customs. World-class will be a world-class standard that will generate world-class services, and that will give you the world-class culture. For us, it's very important to be ahead of the market to be world-class.
Right.
And me putting the roadmap and implementing the roadmap and putting the vision and everything may be conflict sometimes, where I will say, this is best practice, but actually it's not. We bring those third parties as ISOs. They will give us major, minor finding. The awards, they are the best judges worldwide, where they are evaluating all the entities. For example, Stevie International, there are 6,000 entities participate, and one only win. Almost 3, you can have gold, bronze, and silver. And that's why having the feedback and the comments from all those gurus or all those judges will align our roadmap to stay and remain on the world-class standard. And sometimes we may deviate from world-class standard, but those awards yearly, we used to target 30. Now, this year, I think we are targeting 85 awards only in 1 year. The 85 awards, it's a must. We will be aligned with a world-class standard, because 1, 2, 5, 10 awards will show us that we are deviating, and that will be the time we will become on the right path and make sure we are aligned and ahead of the market. And if you are not ahead of the market, you may have something like COVID in 2019, 2020, and then it will crash your business. If there is something coming and we are ahead of the market already, you will not have impact. You will just tweak your integrations and you will do minor adjustment to survive
keep
easily.
Going. Yeah.
But if you are behind the market and something will happen, then you need to build infrastructure, which is too late, and there is an impact, you will be out of business.
Wow, that's incredible. I think Dhabi Customs employees must be very lucky to have someone like you. That's incredible. We'd like to thank Dr. Ebrahim Khajeh for coming today. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thanks.